And we are live. Okay. So, defending Five Nights at Freddy's. Wait, who are you?
Preston Reviews, but right now my name's Mr. Preview because like I changed my name too much, but I'll get it restored in like 8 days. Uh
All right.
but yeah, so.
Sounds good. Yeah, okay. We'll just do this. So yeah, I am allowing us to get into the spoilers stuff.
So spoilers. So
We could do that, or we can do that. Then I just finishing touches right here. All right. So, I guess I'm kind of in her. So should we just start?
yeah.
Yeah. First off, what's our kind of cinema experience with this movie? You want to go first?
Sure, I'll go first. So my cinema experience was when I first watched the trailer for it. So when the teaser came out, it was like March or something. It was like kind of like out of nowhere, and it was just like showing shots, and I was like, okay, what's this? Because I had never played any of the games or read the books or barely. I know a little bit of the lore because my friend told me like a little bit, but I know like maybe like 5-10% of the lore, so I don't know that much. Uh, I just knew who William Afton was pretty much,
Fair enough. Yeah.
and that little kids were in robots. That's about it. And then, but then the second trailer, I think I was watching The Flash. Maybe I was watching like The Flash, or was it? No, it wasn't Spider Verse, but it was like a movie in the June range, and I'm like, ooh, this looks this looks interesting, and I'm like, okay, I may check this one out. And then the official second trailer came out, and I'm like, dang, this thing looks great. And so you know Zach Attacks, right?
Yeah.
So he did a couple like trailer reactions to it, and I kept on putting in there it's like my most anticipated movie the rest of the year. And after Blue Beetle, it was because Blue Beetle was like my number one for the longest time, which it's my number two of the year right now. So they were both like great expectations I had. And then the final trailer was it was in Gran Turismo,
Mm,
the
Gran
beginning of
Turismo, yeah.
that trailer thing, and I'm like, dang, I'm gonna watch this release day weekend, even if I like, even if something happens, I'm gonna be there.
Mm.
I'll walk there because like the closest theater is like 45 minutes away, so
Ooh,
it'd be a long
damn.
walk.
Pretty long, yeah.
But
Jeez.
and then when I watched, it was I forgot how, but me and my oh yeah, we were uh uh playing on a game, Fortnite, and
Mm.
then me and my cousin were doing that, and then I was talking to him, and then he's like, I'm like, yeah, that FNAF game looks pretty good because he's played like all the games and read most of the books, I think. So he knows most of the lore and all that stuff, and he's like, I don't know, the cop, Vanessa, she seemed like more used than like she was in the games, but then turned out in the movie that she was like had like 10 minutes of screen time. No, more like 20, but yeah, but then so then I'm like, hey, do you want to watch it with me? And he's like, okay. So then him had like arranged time like a month ahead because like they released the times at like it was like 1:50. I'm like, hey, you want to
Mm.
watch this? And I'm like, he's like, okay. I don't know if I'll be able because like a month ahead, but then I watched it with him, and then we were both like, dang, this is really good. He put it at like his number third place. I put it at my second because Blue Beetle. I still thought Blue Beetle was better at that time.
Yeah, that's yeah
But
for
then
me.
after a rewatch, I'm like, so then my my mom and then my uncle, they were going to like their second cousin's like birthday party or something, like 50th. And then so then my grandma was like, "Ooh, can you take my other my cousin's sister, which is also my other cousin? Can she go with you guys? Would you do a rewatch?" And I'm like, "Okay." And then my cousin was like, "I'll do it." Me and him both did a rewatch, and we both thought that we had it at number one, but then I talked to him like yesterday. He's like, "No, I put it behind Gran Turismo," which which is also a great movie. But
Yeah.
I like Five Nights more because just the cinematics of like in the beginning, spoilers. There's a security guard. He kind of gets a Freddy kind of has a little way with him, and he doesn't wake up the next day. And then
Fair enough.
how they did the story between like showing that it looked at the beginning and kind of looked like Josh Hutcherson's character Mike. He was like a druggie because he had the pills. I'm like, oh dang, we getting a druggie as our main character, but they showed that it was because of the past of his brother being kidnapped,
Yeah.
and so yeah, so you saw that, but and then the way that they had like the robots like trying to like make the sister one of them. And the only thing I did not like about the movie that I thought was weird was they all built that fort. I was like,
Fair enough.
I was like, what? Why did I need this part? I mean, the kid's idea, but, and then like Bonnie falling to the ground and like giving the thumbs up. I was like,
That was kind of
it,
funny
it
though,
was it
right?
was funny, but it was like, what?
That's
But
fair.
and then like how they did spoilers. William Afton is in it, and how they kind of tried to make it secretive, but he was like the only other character except like the the aunt in like the movie. He was like the only other character pretty much. And then yeah, but and then the ending was really good. How like we got official Springtrap.
Dude, the Springlock suit scene, I will get to more of that later, but like that I thought was executed way past like the PG-13 rating almost. Like it was just so good. It
Oh,
was
and then
really executed.
spoiler again, but when he stabbed Vanessa, I don't
Yeah,
know if that was PG.
maybe not. Maybe
Yeah,
not.
but we'll get into that part later.
Yeah, but if you're wondering my, I mean, honestly, I've been like a fan of like every like spy what the fuck Five Nights at Freddy thing, you know. I mean, I even books and books, you know. So been super fan of Five Nights at Freddy for so long, you know. So seeing that first teaser trailer, and I did a reaction to that. It's on my channel. I loved it with like every second. Like I just saw it and I was like, that's my number one anticipated movie of the year. Then like the second trailer or the final trailer came out, and I saw like the everything with him Afton, this kind of scream references that was kind of funny, and all of that. I was just super excited. So walking into that theater, I just I was like, yep, okay, I have high expectation for this, and it was amazing. Honestly, I mean, I wrote down like the finals of Freddy people around in the cinema. For in Norway, we don't really have like a lot of people sharing, clapping, or something like that to something happening. That's not really a normal thing to do in Norway.
Yeah, I don't know what cinemas those people go to that like they start clapping at the end. Every movie I've gone to this year, no one's clapped at the end. I don't know if they thought that the movie was like a mistake or I don't know.
Yeah, Norwegian people be like, you with with FNAF, they all just shared with every like Matt Pats. You know who that is? Game Theory. You know.
No.
No, that's 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 a person that does a lot of like theories on stuff, video
Yeah,
games, film,
I know that
food.
he's pretty famous around my area. I just never watched him.
Yeah, that's right. But yeah, he made a cameo and like the
Wait, was he
restaurant.
the taxi driver?
No, that's Corey Kenshin,
Oh,
another.
that's Corey.
And he was like the kind of
Oh,
waiter in like Sparks. The name Ness, and and everyone just cheered, clapped, even like with Corey Kenshin's, and also the bite of '83, with like you remember the scene with Freddy and
yeah.
Max, like
Hmm.
just got with the whole head. That was definitely not PG-13 almost, but
Yeah, but then you're. But if they would have showed it, I think it would have been R. But
yeah,
I understand why they did. We'll get into that.
yeah. The So I mean, yeah, that's kind of like we could just feel the energy, and that was so rare, for my country, and I just had the best cinema experience with it. Probably my favorite cinema experience behind like I guess probably either Halloween Ends. Even that's not a great movie, just like because a actor dressed like Michael Myers came and had some whole show thing. I don't know, I can't remember, but that's pretty fun and all that. So it was just a really, really fun experience, and yeah, basically.
Yeah, the
Mm,
best experience I had this year is probably this, and then probably Guardians 3,
Guardians, yeah,
because like the full theater is packed, and you could it kind of felt like everyone, like no one, I never saw anyone move in that movie, not to get a refill, not to go to the bathroom. And that movie is
mm,
like 2.5 hours long, and I may have saw like one or two people go the whole time. And I'm like,
people love the Guardians.
because I went like opening night,
Mm, opening night, yeah,
and
nice. Yeah, that movie was
it was like
amazing.
10 o'clock at night. So
Oh, jeez. Okay, we can comments. Yo, the Cosmic Broadcast. What's up, man? I thought Finance of Freddy was good, but I wish there was more animatronic attack sequences and a little more focus on the horror aspect. That is
that's
understandable.
fair. The
Yeah, that is
Cupcake was OP in this movie.
way too OP, honestly.
You can't he barely kills you in the games, and then meanwhile him in the movies like
Right?
chomping people up.
Jeez, yeah, those sequences were really cool, but I do that is very fair, like the whole fort sequence and also all the like kind of fun moments, I guess, like childish moments with this Abby and all of the other animatronics. I I thought it was just all right, but like I mean, I wish also there was more animatronic attacks too. But I mean, I still really like it. Micro reviews and analytics. What's up, man? What's up? How are you, man? The fourth sequence was pretty cringe. Yeah,
Yeah, it was funny, but it was a little bit unnecessary. But they showed how the kid wasn't, how the kids, like, yeah, like how,
yeah, that's yeah. They're
yeah,
they're kids, I guess that's true, basically. But it was pretty like weird to implement that in
it
the
was kind of
movie.
unnecessary, but it was a good
That's true.
unnecessary.
Yeah, 100%. Good cut, bro. Blue. Oh yeah. Uh, yo, what's up, man? What's up? What's up? How are you? How are you guys? But yeah, we can. Yeah, this. I put down the story and the lore. You know. So
You could go first with this one because I
yeah,
went
yeah.
first last.
Oh yeah. Okay. I mean, uh, I found that like, I mean, I could say the basic story if people don't know, even though they probably left already like spoilers. I mean, there's so many people that saying it's simple, but I mean, the games are simple. I mean, the whole story is just like a, I guess, just a night security guard takes a job. Yeah, just a night security job at a pizzeria. Finds out animatronics are evil, and then has to survive for 5 nights. Like, yeah, it's simple, but when it comes to books, games, or the other games, then it goes complicated. But I do understand why people say it's very like simple, and that's kind of also why general audiences doesn't really like it. I'm going to go into detail on that later, but I do what I mean. I do understand what they're getting on, but I found the whole story was honestly really intriguing for me. I was basically just sitting there, like, enjoying the movie. I was just enjoying it as a Final Fantasy Freddy fan already, seeing all the Easter eggs like in the background or anything. Really, really fun, and knowing the lore definitely helped with this one, 100%. Because there are some, like, I guess not plot, yeah, kind of plot holes, I guess, that I will talk about later, but we can kind of fill it in that we fans. So that was definitely a big like plus to have known the lore. But what do you think?
So I know like 10% lore, pretty much. All I know is Afton was a bad guy who put little children in robots. Then he like tried to kill someone, like his brother or something. That's all I know, pretty much.
So I mean, I could say a little bit about it. So I mean, William Afton and Henry Emily, they were kind of like, I guess, yeah, co-founders of Finance of Freddy, and they and then Willem Afton was like an evil guy, so he went on to kill. He lured people into the back room and then killed them because he says why not, I guess. But then he stuffed them into the suits. They became possessed, I guess, and yeah, that's basically it. But also killed Emily's daughter, or not Henry Emily's daughter. So that became kind of like the puppets and all the other animatronics. It's very confusing, but yeah,
You need to play the game, so yeah, I'm gonna try. I'm trying to get the games, but
probably watch the 9 hour like Finance the Freddy lore video. That's really great. Yeah, I saw it a nine. I've seen on YouTube thumbnail like 9 hours and Finance the Freddy lore. Like, nope, I'm
you're
not
like
watching
you're like I'm not gonna try to recommend that to people.
it. Yeah, I don't think maybe 9 hours. Maybe 1 hour is fine. 1 hour
1 hour is good
simple.
enough. 9 hours, you went a bit far.
Yeah, break that into shows, is episodes. Then people watch.
Yeah, like 20 minute, 20, 30 minutes episodes, or like an hour or something.
Yeah, like I don't with like shows and stuff like that. Like you're basically or shows that it's 1 hour, right? Or episodes that are 1 hour.
Like
Like
The
I
Last
don't.
of Us.
Yeah, people say they don't have time for a movie. Then people say that they watched like 9 episode of, yeah, like not Last of Us. Wait, how many episodes are there Last of Us again?
9.
Yeah, 9. Okay, it is. So like that's 9 hours. So how do you not have time for a movie, but you have time for a 9 hour show?
I think it's more like 10 hours because there's like some episodes that are like an hour and a half. So
Yeah, I mean, how do you not have time for a movie that is probably 1.5 hours, 2 hours, but not have or not have that, but have time for a 10 hour show?
yeah,
Just doesn't make
but
sense.
for like the whole thing that how long Last of Us was, I watched the whole amount of Hunger Games in the same process.
Fair enough.
The first four. So,
Yeah, fair enough. Fair
but I
enough.
love The Last of Us, so I'm not trying to be rude to it because it's great. But It was just a wee bit long,
Fair, fair.
but in a
Yeah,
good way.
yeah, yeah.
It's my like second favorite show behind Gen V this year.
Gen V is amazing. Yeah, that is definitely a weird one. That is a weird
Eh,
one, but
You gotta, yeah. If you enjoy the boys, you'll enjoy that.
100%.
But the story I thought was really good because I like the family bonding kind of stories ish, like in Scream kind. No, I'm not gonna use that because that's a bad thing. I was gonna say like Sydney and her mom. I'm like, no, that's a bad that's a bad way to say that. Very different stories,
Yeah,
but it's just pretty cool how then he finally figured out that like though his brother's dead, that he secretly had like him with him the whole time that he's been trying to find him.
yeah. When coming up with that, I thought, yeah, I haven't mentioned in any reviews or something, but my initial reaction when I was like first out of the theater, like I don't know how I felt about like the dream, all those dream sequences, like over and over and over again. I was very like mixed on it, but after having kind of watched it again 3 times, so
It kind of seemed like he
it's
had an insomnia
yeah,
a little bit, but
yeah. I mean,
I
it was
just like the
very
dream
like
sequences.
dream
I thought
sequences
they were good.
are pretty good. Yeah, when like after having watched it movie over and over
I'm,
again, I mean, it's fine.
yeah, but I'm glad they didn't go through like the first thing again because they just like showed shots of the frisbee getting thrown, the drink spilling, and then like the hot dog
Yeah,
and hamburger instead of doing like it like multiple times. They just showed like kept on showing shots of it.
yeah,
But
and
yeah,
also how mhm.
how would you still have watched it, or would you still have been more most anticipated if it was still 3 hours long
Yes,
as they play? Oh,
yes,
yeah, because
yes.
I was when they first said that it was 3 hours long, I was like, "Uh, I'm still gonna watch it, but uh, I don't know what they're gonna do because that's what a lot of people were like. They're like, What are they gonna do?"
My
But
initial
I'm glad that it was only like 2 hours.
yeah, yeah, but I
I
mean,
think it
my
should have been
initial
longer, but I'm glad that wasn't.
100%. But yeah, my initial reaction was that when I saw that like 3 hours, I was like, I was more excited almost. I was like, okay, now we get a lot of lore, probably so much things that I already know, but I'm going to see it in a live action form. I love it. Fuck yeah.
Hey,
So
hey,
yeah.
at least I think if Zack Snyder directed it, you would have liked it more because you would have had like the director's cut of the director's cut and be like 10 hours long.
Oh yeah, 9 10 hours long movie. That's in the cinema. That would be 10 hour in the
Like
cinema.
like the
That
like
yeah.
you get a ticket from like the employees and then like the employees are ready to sweep up and then you're like, dang, that was a good 5 nights at Freddy's movie that was 10 hours long.
I feel almost like if that would happen. I mean, like I feel like how do you say it? I I mean, I feel sorry for the employees that has to work so goddamn long in the nights.
Yeah,
Like
like
yeah,
with the 3 o'clock show, they're up until like 1 o'clock in the morning.
yeah. Like I just feel sorry if that would have happened. Like 10. Imagine having to work yeah early in the morning and then also super super at like late at night. Like I
That's why they
would
didn't have Rebel Moon in there because they knew that Zack Snyder would get his director's cut. That's why they had to do it on Netflix because they knew that they would feel bad for the employees with the 4 hour long hour movie.
yeah. I mean, Killers of the Flower Moon was almost for or four
True.
hours.
Well, that's
But
that's for He likes doing them long movies.
yeah, honestly, that was my first ever like Martin Scorsese's film. So
You never seen
definitely
Wolf
like
on Wall Street?
not yet, But yeah, no.
I'm not gonna say anything about that because I didn't see it till like this year, but I loved it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let me. There's a lot of comments. Wait. Good or bad movie?
Great,
Good. Amazing.
great.
Fantastic.
If great's an option, I'll take that.
Phenomenal. There you go. The games are simple, yeah, but it's the lore folks that are interesting. Yeah, dude, like the lore folks and also the theorists, the ones that are just like insane into theory, game theory, like I said, like they are going to, yeah, really, really put their heart and soul into this movie. Can I go and do something like this? That's not to come up. And this movie is not bad, just disappointed me.
It didn't.
Maybe I'll maybe.
It didn't disappoint me. I came out, so I had great expectations. I was thinking it's already a 10 out of 10 because on my things for, so I used my phone to record my videos. I used my computer, which I'm using right now, but I just like record it with my phone because I don't know. I'm going to change that up coming up in like the next year or something.
Fair enough, yeah.
But, but yeah, for the thing, I already had it at a 10 out of 10. And if it failed me, I would have been really sad because I already had a slide that said 10 out of 10, one of my favorite movies of the year. But then it still gave me more expectations than I thought it would.
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't disappointed. I loved it, but I do have one negative. I mean, I think like the pacing is a little bit like pacing
What's
was
pacing? I never really understood what that was.
how do I
Is it
easy
is it like the way that they like move it?
how do I okay wait yeah, it's the yeah, the speed on which like a plot moves and like depending on speed of camera shots
Yeah,
and length and stuff like
could
that.
I could see where you see that at.
Yeah, I felt really like that this was a kind of drag to get through, but not as like draggy as like Napoleon. Napoleon that I saw, that felt like a 4 hour movie. That can I just say.
Hey,
So
hey, hey! I have faith in it. It's my
it
most
is alright.
anticipated. It's my most anticipated movie the rest of the year.
Yeah, I mean it
I
was
guess
all right.
not that many movies I'm watching the rest of the year, except Hunger Games, Next Goal Wins, and Aquaman,
Fair
and
enough. Yeah,
Migration.
migration. Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of movies I've yet to or yet to see, and also like coming up. I guess. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Wrong. The movie's still good, not bad, but just yeah, it's just all right for you. Okay, I like the movie, but yeah, but the movie has a lot. It to say they will add Freddy 2 and then backstory and more. Yeah, it's interesting. We will come back to that later, but like it is interesting because like second movie or second game is actually a prequel to the first game.
It
So
came before.
hmm?
It's a prequel. The second one.
No, the second Finance of Freddy game is actually a prequel to the first game. So it's interesting.
That's kind of strange, but
It is, but that's the welcome to the Finance of Freddy lore, yes. But it's interesting. Are they going to do a just a prequel, I guess, or are they going to do
I
just
kind of hope they
explain
bring
more?
back Mike's Josh Hutcherson because Josh Hutcherson is probably one of my favorite actors
Yeah,
because Hunger Games, him being PETA, was really cool. My
yeah,
favorite character from the Hunger Games. And then him in this movie, he acted his butt off in this movie.
yeah. He was great. Yeah, I mean,
I know a lot of
hmm,
people said that they didn't like him in the movie, which I don't know.
Right.
He wasn't the best likable character that ever been on movie, but I liked him because he had a past that traumatized him. In the beginning when he beat up the guy, I
Yeah.
felt bad for him after I learned what happened to him, and then him in this movie I watched 57 seconds.
Hmm. I've
It
not
I
seen that,
don't
but
I think it was like I don't know. I don't even think it was in theaters, but it was him that he could move back in time 57 seconds past with his
oh,
ring that he had, and it had him, Morgan Freeman, and
Morgan. Okay.
it was a good movie. It's only like an hour and a half, but it was great. It starts off as like a movie about a guy gets a ring, gets really rich, and then it gets like this type of thing where he's like trying to stop a bad guy.
Oh, yeah. I
So
definitely need to check that out. I've never even
it's
heard of
good.
that movie.
Yeah, because it came out this year, but I think it had like very limited release because I don't know. It didn't have like any really famous people other than like Morgan and Josh
Yeah.
Hutcherson. Like he's like a kind of well known actor, I guess. Not like
Yeah. Yeah.
not like
Now
Morgan.
he is
Yeah, now
definitely
he
now.
is.
hundred
But
percent now. But
yeah, I think that you like that movie because you like it's like Back to the Future
ooh.
and uh what was it? Back to the Future and Wolf on Wall Street, which you haven't seen, had like a baby together, and then you
Hmm.
got that.
Interesting. Yeah, I'll
So it's
definitely
kind of
put
a
that on
weird
my.
mixture.
Yeah, I'll definitely
But
put that on my watch list. My 400 movie watch list. But
I have 120. So
yeah, I I have just way too many. So lately, what I mean, this movie just feels out of place. Like I went high expectation and felt short on my expectations. So a movie good, but not wow amazing. That's fair. That's fair. I do kind of see where you're coming from. I mean, like the general audience is. We will talk more about this later,
the
but yeah,
thing, the one thing I was really shocked about is how much money it got in the theaters, though, because it was
yeah,
also released date on streaming, and it still made a bunch of money from being in the theaters. It got all its budget back and more in like the
yeah,
opening weekend, which kind of shocked me.
yeah. I mean, I was kind of expecting way more almost because I mean, like I know how many fans of this like franchise are going to show up, and you could see that 250 million almost, probably more than now. So I mean, you can't show that, you couldn't see that, but like I was almost expecting more. I was almost like $1 billion almost, but
No offense, but I didn't see it go that far because I knew some people were like, well, since it's day streaming, I'll just watch it there because like the normal fans just did it with streaming,
yeah, the normal fans, but
but
yeah, they
the
basically the
FNAF
fans.
fans.
Yeah,
But the thing that I think also hurt it was piracy,
yeah,
maybe. But
yeah. That's, I guess, yeah, not wrong. I hope the movie was a bit more like lore in the books. Yeah, I do also like. I mean, we get some of the lore, but I do actually really like that they did change things up a little bit, so it's not kind of like just a recreation of the game. That I liked it being like more of a kind of standalone thing, just not a recreation. With like also like William Afton being Vanessa's dad. I mean, I was shocked and everything, like I said before, but like I was really shocked, and I kind of like that they changed it up. But I do wish that they also did more of the lore, but not a whole recreation. You know?
but I liked how they also had like little Easter eggs, like the celebration
Yeah,
poster. Because my cousin, he was like, "Whoa!" He was like, "The Easter egg."
yeah. I mean, if you notice, also the puppet is in the background and all of that. So or
I
the
don't know the lore.
yeah puppets that like Henry Emily's daughter is possessing. That is kind of like a
I thought they were trying to
he's kind
put.
of
I thought they were trying to put Mike's sister in that.
that is also changed because I mean Willem Afton had like three children in the game. It is Mike or Michael Afton, Mike Smith. We have also the crying child, or that is once that was put in like a Finance of Freddy or Golden, not Golden Freddy, but Fredbear like mouth, and then like the spring locks collapsed on like his head. So that kind of like basically like the bite of Max and Freddy, basically like that. That's why everyone was shocked. So and then also like Elizabeth Afton, that was a his daughter, and she was put in a animatronic built by, or she was grabbed into a animatronic that was built by Willem Afton. So and that was also kind of like almost a reference to the baby that like when she was almost like put into that, Abby was almost put into that animatronics. I can actually wait. Hold up. Let me. So yeah, she. If you look at that, I mean, that is almost similar to what's like kind of wait. Hold up. To, not movie. Abby Annie, I guess. But yeah, this one. Yeah, I mean that's pretty similar. Oh, you wait, hold up. Yeah, that is pretty similar to like this is kind of like pretty similar, and it was kind of like pretty cool to kind of get that kind of Easter egg to baby, but also it looks also more like the third book, that one animatronic in the third book.
Mhm.
Yeah, where are we now? There you go. I agree, the movie was almost what I wanted, but it didn't quite deliver. That is still a good movie. Not my top 10 worst, but it's still not the top 10 best of the year. But there's a lot of fun to. Yeah, it is a lot of fun. And
And what
like I
number
said, I
is it for
do.
you this year for the year?
Um, Let me see.
Because
I
for
mean,
me, it's number one.
yeah,
It's
okay.
a lot of people thought it was shocking.
Yeah, it's not my number one or like top five or something, but it's top 13 for me. Top 13. My top 10 is like pretty. Yeah, it's like vast different. I was like so. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, top 13 for me. Not the best, but it's still amazing.
Hot take. That's like the same placement that what is my number 13? Hot take. Spider Verse is now my top 10
Okay.
for the year.
Hmm.
My
Yeah, I
number
mean, hmm.
13 is Killers of the Flower Moon.
Killers of the Flower Moon. Yeah, that is actually
That
my 12th movie of the
12th.
year. Yeah. So
That was a pretty good movie.
I really liked it, honestly.
I just
I
felt kind of long.
It is very long. I mean, 3.5 hour movie. So yeah. Um. True. Yeah. No, we did that. Yeah. Just I love the way they had the animatronics be friendly towards kids. Yeah, I do actually enjoy that like a little bit. I mean, they are kind of like kids themselves, so I kind of understand why they're more friendly, and I also do understand why they trying to make them one of their own. I mean, of course, the control of William Afton, but I mean,
I also like how they used actual real animatronics in the movie
yeah,
instead
the
of CGI.
practicality. Yeah, the practicality, and it also with that the sound design. I mean,
Did you hear that Chica's animatronic actually caught on fire during the movie?
wasn't it Foxy?
Oh, oh yeah, it was Foxy. I knew that one of them. I
Yeah,
forgot if
yeah.
it was Chica or Foxy
His arm was like completely
burning.
like burned. Yeah, they did. I don't know how to say it, but that's definitely unfortunate. Like, if I was, dude, I was making that film. I was going going to like I guess set a prop. Let's just set a scene, like going to the main stage to set up a film thing, a camera or something, and then I just see Foxy's arm all on fire. I would say almost like that's haunted that shit. You know
You're like,
that
I
that
I quit this movie. I quit working here.
yeah. You know what? Nope. I'm done. I'm done with that movie.
Time to
No,
get a new
but
job.
and then night security guard come Steve
You're like,
Raglan.
no, no,
Steve Raglan comes to like, you want this job or I have a job for you.
and then you're like, no.
And just recognize, just recognize his voice and like, no, that would be like,
You just hang up.
yeah. I was like, hell no, nope, 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 nope. And Dark, what do you think about the graphics? You mean just how the visuals in this movie, I guess, or like the visual effects, if there are some, but I mean, I guess, I mean, like the whole like set design, yeah, practicality of the animatronics was way too impressive, and I love how they went all out on this movie. I mean, they built animatronics, they built suits that people could actually wear if they needed to do that. They built whole sets. They built the whole like
And it had a pretty
pizzeria.
low, but not like low, but it wasn't like the highest budget ever. Like, I don't know, like
Yeah, I
Avatar
mean,
budget.
yeah, it's not definitely not Avatar, but yeah, 20 million is not nothing almost, but 25. But that's what I also love about like Blumhouse. They create a lot of good
Like
movies with a
Megan.
low budget. I love Megan.
I love
I'm
Megan.
sorry, dude.
No,
Like,
no, I was saying that like they used the practical kind of stuff.
yeah, yeah. I love like the of course the dedication of Blumhouse, but also like how they create good movies with so low budget. Low and
Like
low
The
in like
Conjuring
film. Yeah, The
had
Conjuring.
had
And
like a low budget. I never
yeah,
watched it, but I know that it
you
had like
never
a low
watched
budget.
it.
I'm not a
It's my
big horror
favorites.
guy. Like the only horror movies I watched is The Quiet Place, if that counts.
Yeah, that counts.
Scream.
Fair enough.
I This counts as horror slash fantasy. And Megan, I think that counts.
Fair
But
enough. But yeah,
yeah,
the that was yeah. That's just what I love about Blumhouse, how they create so low budget movies, but still amazing. Like Megan, like also Conjuring and Finds of Freddy. All of
oh,
those
and
are
I
built
also
on
got Five Nights at Freddy's on pre-order. I forgot to say that.
nice. Yeah, I also no, I don't have it on pre-order, but I will definitely get it 100% on like Steelbook. No, it's not Steelbook, but 4K Blu-ray 100%. But yeah, just the like yeah, what I said basically. If you think about it, the way the kid died, that was formed, how they acted in the games, books, etc. But in the movies, it's Wait, even better since we see them in the dream as well. Yeah, I mean the dream sequence, like we said, was pretty good. I mean, seeing them interact with the dream too, like Mike, was pretty interesting. How they like kind of almost convinced
I,
Mike that you need to give us Abby and you can have this perfect life or something like that. So
I
that was
was
really good.
glad that my cousin went with me because I was asking him like, which kid's which, and then he was like explaining to me which one's which. Because I thought that Golden Freddy, I thought Freddy was the one kid who always kept on talking, and it wasn't Golden Freddy.
Yeah,
And then
that,
he's like,
that's
"No, Freddy's the one in the hat over there." I'm like, "Oh, I thought that was Cupcake." And then he's like, "No, Cupcake's just he doesn't have a soul. He's just there."
yeah. My theory is that I guess the cupcake is just a half of half
Chica.
part of Chica. I guess Chica's soul. I don't know. It's weird, but I guess it's welcome to Finals of Freddy. I guess. And yeah, the visuals. Yeah, the visuals were great. I mean, like the set design and everything, like the lighting, everything is just amazing. Okay. Now, do we like the PG-13 rating? We can start with
Yes and
you.
no.
So no, okay. Why is that?
Because like I'm glad that it was I understood why they did it PG-13 because for like the fans that are like old enough to watch R-rated movies, and then for like the little kids who like aren't supposed to be playing Five Nights but they do anyways. So it's like a mixture for both that they could all come together and watch it. But again, they should have done R because with the kill scenes, which when they did the bite of 83,
Yeah,
wait, yeah, it's 83, yeah.
83. Yeah,
When they did the bite, they should have done R. It would have been they could have done more like killing scenes.
yeah. I mean, for me, I do understand why they did that. With like like you said, but I think also they did execute it pretty well. The PG-13 because
Yeah,
it is
but it's
pushing
just
the boundaries. You know, it's very pushing the boundaries
it's
over
like I
to
heard a lot of people say that Free Guy was pushing the boundaries of.
free
I don't
guy.
understand that though because I mean they swore, but that's about it.
Oh God, they swore. Like
I know
that's like
some people get offended by that. I don't know why.
yeah.
I'm like I have like people who swear around me like every day, and I'm not like no, you shouldn't be doing that. That that's bad.
Yeah, like I mean, heck, I didn't even care if I like I wouldn't care anyways. Like I do it myself. I mean, I just swore like 2 times already in this live stream, but yeah, but still, the just the PG thing, I do understand it, but I also with you, but like with I wanted more, more bloody kills. I mean, I saw also like they're talking about like they were explaining how like her mother or Mike's mother died, and they they were cut because the PG-13 rating. That would have given us a just a backstory that we didn't have and an interesting backstory. But no, because of PG-13, we
Because
didn't
wasn't
have
it
it.
originally like everyone was like, "Oh, it's R rated," when like when it was all supposed to be 3 hours long.
Yeah, we were oh god, we were all thinking like, okay, this is R-rated. I mean, come on, in the in the I guess what I'm going to say in the games they brutally murdered 5 children. I mean, yes, they did it with a PG-13 rating, just explaining it, but I mean, it is brutal. I mean, we could have, I guess, showed it, but that's definitely like pushing the boundaries over to terrifying, terrifier 3 level almost. But I mean, like, there's so much things that we could have gotten, but we just missed it. I mean, there were more brutal kills of Max and Hank, I think his name is, and then the other guy who broke in. I don't even know his name. He's
Yeah.
forgettable. But yeah, there's more brutal kills about it. So yeah, I'm also yes and no on the PG-13 rating, but I do think they did execute it pretty well for a
My I
PG-13
kind of
rating.
have a little theory, but it's probably off. They probably did have a
Mm,
3 hours cut that was R rated, but then
yeah.
then they decided, we'll make it PG-13, and then all the parts that were R rated they cut out. It was probably like an hour full. They cut out. I
I
guess I
think I
don't know.
saw something that they said like there's no other alternatives or something like they just like deleted scenes and stuff, but not like another like 3 hours cut or something like that. I think I saw something about that. But I mean, if they do come out with it, I'm putting that movie on right away. I'm building my own cinema, and I'm just
You're just
wait,
gonna
and
like get rid of like your parent. You're just gonna be like, Mom and Dad, you're out of the house right now. I am gonna make a cinema out of your room.
yes, basically, I was like, okay, goodbye, goodbye, leave, and then going full on Bob the
Go on
Builder,
a
like
good vacation while I make a cinema.
yeah, like I mean, just a Bob the Builder, call him up, and like, boom, there you go,
Boom.
finished. Put Five Nights at Freddy 3 hour long cut on, and I'm watching it 5 times
You like
back to
it?
back.
You like invite some of your friends over? Like, hey, come on, let's all watch the five FNAF
Hell
movie
yeah.
at 3 hours.
I'm gonna watch it first with myself. Then I'm waiting for other people. And then lastly, I'm inviting my family. You know?
Then you're like, hey, Mom and Dad, you could live here now in the cinema
Yeah,
that I
of
made
course.
out of your room.
Of course. um, yeah, PG-13 is not gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna lie. I wanted more blood here when Afton died. That is fair,
Yeah,
but I thought
they did it
the
good.
whole
I
like,
thought.
yeah, spring lock sequence that was actually executed way better than I thought. What I originally thought when I heard like PG-13, I was like, okay, we're gonna just hear screams, or something like, and they cut right away. But when what they did, that is like pushing the boundaries over to R-rated. Pushing
Like, was them
if it's
killing Vanessa or killing? I don't know if she's dead all the way, but
yeah,
do you think
that's
she's dead
definitely
or do you think she'll come back if they do come
I
out?
100% come back. No way that he's dead. No way. I mean, I've seen I mean, so many people like Ghostface at my worst. I mean, Ghostface is just a normal human being. I almost said Michael Myers, but I mean he's not a human being right now, normal human being. But I mean, with like Ghostface, he survived worse than just he's kind of stabbed to the stomach. So I definitely do think they will bring her back, 100%.
But usually Ghostface has a bulletproof vest when she didn't, though.
That's fair, but he has
Yeah,
been
she'll make
stabbed
it.
a lot. They have been stabbed a lot.
I still think that she'll make it, though.
Yeah, she. There's no way she's.
How are you feeling about the Scream 7 situation, though?
Ooh, yeah. That one. I definitely. That's a controversial. I don't know.
Well,
It's
are you on low expectations or like medium or like high? Because
dude. I
I'm
could
on like the
say
medium. I
medium.
don't know
Okay.
what they're gonna do.
Dude. Whenever I saw Melissa Barrow was fired from Scream 7, just the tagline there I was like, okay, fuck that movie. Nope, I'm not gonna see it.
But then now that Jenna's not returning,
Yeah, then I'm
it's
double
true.
fuck that movie. Nope. Mm-mm.
No,
Hell no.
if they're gonna do something, they gotta bring back Nev. I don't know. I say her last name, but Sydney.
Campbell, yeah. Yeah. Neff Campbell, the like
like I know that they could make a movie about just like her if they're just gonna like keep the rest of them out of the movie, because like what are you gonna do? Had the siblings be the main characters now?
I mean, like, yeah, I saw that the like now the whole script is being rewritten and stuff like that. I mean, and they're eyeing Neff Campbell to come back, but still, I'm still not excited for it. I wish I was excited now, but
I was
I
excited.
just
So I never seen a Screen movie in theater
yeah,
because I just like caught up with the movies like 3 months ago.
yeah, fair.
But
Yeah, yeah. I first saw Scream in like back into yeah off. I will say like 4 months after the release of Scream 5. Then I saw every Scream movie, and Scream has been like one of my favorite now, favorite horror franchises of all time now. And I mean, Melissa Barrow and Jenna Ortega, they are the new kind of like Nev Campbell. They are the main character of that. Like, I just want them to. That's why I'm not excited, because they were actually amazing part of like 6 and 7, 6 and 5. They were almost the
like
best part, honestly.
Five is one of my favorite movies of all time.
Nice.
Scream Five, but I don't know. I think I still preferred the first one maybe a little bit more
Yeah, that's
than the
fair.
fifth one.
Yeah.
But the first one still goaded. But the way that they had like the originals and then they added new characters and how they blended it all together, I thought was so great how they just did it all.
Yeah, I could talk about this for hours, but still, those are amazing movies, and with this situation now, I'm kind of just let down by it. I mean, I'm not saying you should boycott it every like boycott every like Skyfi. What's
Like
the name?
don't dislike the trailers just because ooh Jenna Ortega and Melissa Bonet or whatever is not gonna be in it.
That's fair, but yeah, that's. But I mean, what's the company name? A bit the company name that fired
Uh,
for them, Skyfall, maybe.
Skyfall, like
Yeah,
they're
th-
being kind of rude. Like, did you hear that Jenna would have came back if they would have paid her a little bit more? She would have tried to find time in her schedule for it.
yeah, I saw that. I mean, like that's also what happened to like
Nev,
Campbell, who didn't return for sex. I mean, she wasn't paid enough. But I say like, don't boycott every movie from them. Even like Thanksgiving, I'm going to see it
oh,
right
they made
now.
Thanksgiving.
Hmm?
They made Thanksgiving.
No,
That
they produced it. Yeah,
oh,
they are producing company, but don't like boycott every movie about them. Don't be like, okay, not we're not going to pay it. I do understand, but like still they do got some like good movies, but like still like they did make a bad decision with firing Melissa Barrow, and not Jenna Ortega, but she left because of that. But firing Marissa Barrow because of the controversy. That is an awful move on my part. I mean, it's an awful move. But I just say don't boycott every movie of them.
yeah,
Just
I yeah. Like I may watch Thanksgiving once it hits digital because I'm like, eh.
yeah,
But
that's fair.
and plus, I'm busy for like the next 2 Sundays. I got movies, and then I only get a week break, and then I got like more movies. So
Fair, yeah. All right, we can. Yeah, there you go. What would you like, or we like to see in Five Nights at Freddy 2? So I could start. I mean, I said some things about it already, but I would like to see Henry, Emily, that is in the games, but My theory is actually I have a theory about that too. I saw it on like online and stuff like that. Henry is Mike's dad, so it's kind of switching everything. So
Yeah.
Mike's dad is Henry. That is what I think, and I would love to see more of like if they are going to root with the backstory and everything. I would love to see Henry Smith, I guess now because of the change. But I would love to see him make a I won't say return, but debut in Final Fantasy 2, and then also like I said, the puppet or like the marionette that was possessed by like Henry Emily's daughter. No, yeah, daughter. I would love to see him because we could see like we saw many Easter eggs to him. Like if you seen like what was the yeah when the first time Mike discovers like the animatronics, he opens it and like checks it, you know, and then checks Chica. You can see like eyes in the background. That's definitely the puppet. And then also like come find me at the end, the end kind of credit scene.
So do you think that was William Afton?
I do not think that's William Afton because I don't know. I just think it's actually the puppet. The puppet. I think also yeah the theme of the puppet. Yeah, music of him played also. So I do really think it's the puppet that said "Come find me," and I just hope we get more of him. Yeah, in uh, in that movie, and then I also wrote down like more lore backstory. Like I hope we get more backstory, like with like Henry Smith, and then I guess mom, every like backstory of everything would love some more backstory, and then also Matthew Lillard. He did well from like what before like the movie came out. He said that he was in like a 3 picture deal with Blumhouse, so I definitely think he will make a return in 2 and 3, of course, as
Mm-hmm.
Spring
Or
Bonnie
Springtrap.
or yeah, Spring Trap now. But yeah, but what do what
Uh,
would you like?
so I would like them to keep Josh Hutcherson, Mike, and his sister. Forgot her name, but I would like them to keep them because I really enjoyed both of their characters. Though Josh Hutcherson, like he was all nothing pretty much good happened to him in the movie.
Yeah,
He was like getting beat up by a bunch of robots. He was getting beat up by an old man in a robot costume,
yeah. I mean, there's definitely so many things that
and like
he did not know.
his sister didn't like him like for half of the movie.
Yeah,
So,
I do think though. I mean, they are the main characters, so I do think they will
but I
hundred
heard
percent
that
do
there's a
something.
theory that it's gonna be like a whole new group of people, but I don't
I do
know.
not think so. I do not think so
I
at all.
think that they'll keep them because
100%.
yeah, because
Yeah,
Josh Hutcherson gave like great performance in the movie. The girl, I think this is her first movie that she's ever
yeah.
been in. She
Sure,
was
same.
great in it, and Vanessa, I know that she's like in a coma or whatever, but I hope they bring her back.
Yeah, I think they will bring basically everyone back. Honestly, almost everything. I
I
do.
don't know what they're gonna do for it because I don't know the lore, they,
Yeah, fair enough.
but yeah, I think they could do something good with it.
Yeah, I do also think so. I mean, I do think Vanessa or Elizabeth Lale, Abby, and Mike are all going to return, and also Matthew Lillard. We'll see if there's any more cameos of famous YouTubers, but
Markiplier, maybe.
Markiplier was almost in
Yeah,
this
but then
movie.
it was scheduling issues.
Yeah, with his own movie, Iron Lung. So sad, but yeah.
Yeah,
Um, more death in Five Nights at Freddy 2.
yeah.
That's
Maybe
fair.
I don't know if they just. Um, do you think they should get the R rated for part two, or do you think they should still keep it PG 13?
I think they will still keep the R, not R rated, but PG-13 because they had like so success with this one, and the fans do love it. Still with the PG-13 rating, and I think they will have the PG-13 rating, so most of the Final Freddy fans could go to it, and yeah, I don't think they
Do you
will
think it's
just
gonna
change
make
it up.
its money back again?
100%, 100%. Like I think this the second movie at least over 100 million. At least on the low end. But closing off this, why do we think the general audience doesn't like the movie, or the most of the general audiences doesn't like the movie?
I'll go first. So from what people I've seen, the reason that they didn't like it is they thought that there was too much lore in it, which I thought so that I barely know any lore except like Michael Afton. Wait, why did I say Michael Afton? William Afton, uh, and like robots, which we pretty much learned from the trailer.
Pretty much, I guess.
And then they're like, yeah, that was it was just I don't know, but they thought that it was good, but like the like you said, like the pacing, they thought that wasn't too good, and I
Yeah.
don't know, they just didn't. I think they also based it off the story, which I thought the story was amazing on how they did it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean,
if the trailers didn't get you into the movie, you wouldn't have liked the movie.
yeah. I mean, like I've also seen like what I wrote down. I mean, they said like, yeah, this simple story. But that's what I also said. Like, that's the game. Welcome to the game. But I do understand why they would say like it's so simple, it's like not enjoyable, and the pacing, like, oh yeah, like I said, I did also feel the pacing or the runtime. I did feel it. So
I didn't feel the runtime. By the time, so usually every 30 minutes of a movie, I gotta go to the bathroom.
mm, yeah,
Every 30 minutes an hour, because all that I do is eat and drink. So,
fair enough. Yeah, I mean, yeah,
but
like the pacing is. I
but
was
I didn't go.
really,
I lasted the whole 2 hours for that movie. So
and yeah, for me, yeah, I don't really go to the bathroom in the cinema, but I don't never need to. But I mean, like the pacing is just, it is way like it's just not that great. But I still loved it. Don't get me wrong. Of course, I loved it, and yeah, it's just, I mean, yeah, what I wrote down. I mean, I said that it's very simple, and that's why also kind of confusing for people, general audiences that I've seen at least. But we as, or I as fans, or everyone like else as fans of the game, we can kind of fill in like plot holes and everything. But with like general audiences, most of them just get confused and like, okay, why did that happen, or what is this, or like something like that. And I think that's the main reason why people don't really, or general audiences doesn't really love it or like it, because of that kind of confusing aspect. And that's, yeah, that's just the main reason. It just leaves a lot of questions that isn't answered yet. But us as
Yeah.
fans, or we as fans, are, we can fill it in. But that's really just kind of the main reason. Mm, there you go. Anything to add with that?
No. I I
Okay.
I I don't really understand, but I do understand at the same time. Like I hear their points, and I'm like, yeah, I can see what you mean by that.
Yeah, that's kind of like the basic, like what I've heard from other people. Because yeah, with if I'm talking about like the fan experience, I just I okay, that happened. Yeah, I know what happened right there because I know lore. But then the other side, that's just whole different thing.
But the thing I kind of saw that was like going between the people that I watched, that if you didn't really like Megan, they didn't like FNAF, because
Fair
I
enough.
love Megan and I love FNAF. But then I saw this guy, his name's Filmstocked, and
Yeah.
he like he pretty much like hated Megan, and he also hated FNAF. So
Yeah, both are PG-13. I guess he doesn't
robot,
like PG-13 movies, I guess.
I
Almost.
guess,
Or
I don't know.
or
He
just
he
killer
he has some
robots.
weird movie choices. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I think I'm almost need to go to the cinema soon. So I'll probably wrap things off. If yeah, you
Mhm.
could just shout out whatever you want to.
So so my name is Preston Reviews. So stuff that I'm gonna be doing is at the end of November. I will, because I haven't posted it since like August. I am gonna make a video of all the movies that I've watched since September to November, and I'm gonna rank them and then give a little bit of review for each because I haven't reviewed them all. And so it's gonna be kind of a longer video, but that's gonna be like all my reviews for like the past months. And then I am watching Copland tomorrow, which won my poll on my channel. And then I'm gonna be having a review of that. But I'm watching the other three movies, and I'm watching Zodiac today. Um, I'm watching The Ideas of March today, and I'm watching Baby Driver on Sunday. And I'm also gonna have be watching Napoleon on Saturday, and Hunger Games, Ballad of Songbirds, and Snakes. And yes, so my Copland review should be out uh probably Sunday, Monday, probably Monday actually. But yeah, that's about it. And I'll just be doing my reviews. And then at the end of the year, I'm gonna have like really no two really long videos of every movie I saw in theaters this year, which by the end of it's gonna be 40, and I'm gonna rank them all. And then I'm gonna do ones that didn't come out this year that I watched for the first time. That will be about 200 movies. So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. I'll definitely try to get some time to watch those. But yeah, I mean, I'll go to the cinema soon. So this has been fun, talking
Mhm.
finance of Freddy. I could talk for hours, hours at end, but I'm kind of restricted now. But yeah,
Enjoy the movie.
yeah, thanks, man. Thanks, man. I mean, it's looking like a really good movie, at least for me. But from what I've heard, it's just basically combination of every like horror movie slasher tropes,
I
but
heard that it's
executed
good though.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah, I've heard like it's
a lot of people
every
saying
horror
it's their
movie.
favorite Thanksgiving movie.
I mean, there's not really a lot of Thanksgiving movies. I mean, Thanksgiving, but I mean that is probably one of the worst movies I've ever seen. So yeah, But yeah, I hear my mom yelling at me right now, so probably should go.
Okay. Uh, Thanks
Yeah,
for watching, guys, and
make
yeah,
sure to like and subscribe. And also, I have a link to personal reviews on down in the description if you want to check his YouTube out. And yeah, we'll see you in another live stream or video, I guess. Peace
yep.
out.
See ya.
Uh,